Hello everyone. Um, this week I passed my Apex evaluation, and I thought that I would share some tips on how to get funded with any prop firm. Um, so yeah, let's get started. Before I begin, be good to know that I've been trading since 2020 uh, until last year. Until November 2022, I was mainly trading cryptocurrency. But since the laws in Canada have changed and there's been some issues with the margin and stable coins with the laws in Canada, I will no longer be able to trade as a Canadian on crypto exchanges. Uh, so I had to make a move on the traditional markets. And honestly, since I found those prop firms, I'm very happy to where I am today. I like the trading style of the traditional market since it happens so fast. Like on the crypto, I would trade the 1 hour and the 4 hour, and now I can trade the 1 minute, 5 minutes, and be done in the morning. So I really like that style. So yes, now next point I want to tell you about. Oh, yeah. This is the performance, by the way, for the account that I passed. I started on June 13th. Um, Total profit 13,000. Total loss 5,000. Average winning trade is 15 minutes. Standard, not sure what it is, but the average winning trade is 435. So that's per contract, I believe. So I'm usually trading between 2 and 3 contracts and usually take profit around whenever I reach 700 to 800. But this is a $150,000 account. And usually I risk around 300. Sometimes it's more, but it's usually between 300 and $400 per trade that I risk. So if you want to see this, you can pause the video and look at the graphics. So this was for June. This is for July, same account, and I passed on the 11th. So it was about 15 trading days. So it took more than 15 days. Talking about I did trade 15 days with that account in order to pass. So it's not a rush. Take your time. Um, and then I'm in the video. I'm gonna give you more tips on how to achieve uh, the certificate. So I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube about people passing those type of evaluations, and I've seen a lot of people take the $50,000 account. You know, I do understand why. Sure, it's not that expensive, and you only have to do 1.2 times your threshold, which is 2,500 for the 50,000 account. The problem I have with this account, well, is first of all, 10 contracts is way too much. Um, with a 50K account, honestly, each trader is different, but in my opinion, the way I do things, so it might be different for you, but the way I do things, 10 is way too much. One maximum account for S&P 500 crude oil, one contract is more than enough. For NASDAQ, I think one is too much. So you would have to trade the micros. And that's what I don't like with the 50,000 account. Uh, you don't have much room to navigate. And if things goes badly, you're going to have it, in my opinion, a harder time to come back from it because most likely you will have to downgrade to micros in order to make it back. And with the micros, you're gonna pay more fees. Even if it's not much, I believe it's double the price. You can there are some on the website, but I don't have the page open. I don't want to look at it right now. You can look by yourself. But for sure, the commissions are more expensive for the micros. So I went with the $150,000 account. Uh, that one is 317. But Apex is always, well, not always, but I've seen the 80% off quite often now. So if you can get it at 80% off, it's like what, $63, you know? So you get more value for your money with the $150,000 account. And you have a bigger threshold. So yeah, the bad is that you have to do 1.8 time your threshold. So you have to work more than the 50K. But what is the most important thing when you do this, when you trade? The most important thing is that you don't blow up your account. And in order to do so, you have to have enough margin and you have to be comfortable with the size that you do. And I'm going to talk about the size very soon. So to me, 150,000 is really a deal breaker for me. And I went with the Trade of 8, not the rhythmic one. I like Trade of 8 so because I can trade on TradingView. And they also have the trade copier in the Trader 8 website, but I'm not yet there. I have another account that I work on. It's only $2,000 up, so I have to reach 9,000. So yeah. Anyway, um, so listen to this next part. When I do trade with this account, I made it only trading three contracts at a time. So three contracts for ES, three contracts for crude oil. Nasdaq, it's usually one contract. There was a day where it was more, but it's because there was something very clear on the charts. So I did the risk more, but the payoff was very big that day. I believe it was $2,000, and I took three contracts on the Nasdaq. All right, so we discussed about that. Now, there's something you should know. It's called financialjuice.com. So this website is like a radio. Uh, you can have the free version, but you have, it says here, 10 between 10 and 20 seconds behind the market. But to me, it's enough. The important thing with this is that you understand what's going on. I'll give you an example. One day I was trading crude oil, and there was a news that came out that some country, I believe it was UAE, was leaving the OPEC organization, and the price of crude oil tanked that day. And then shortly after, someone said that this news was probably fake. So, and then the market was reacting from that news. So this is why now I don't trade if that thing is not open. I want to know what's going on. Which brings me to another thing, the news. I use you have the news here, and you see if it's red, it means that it is red, high impact. So definitely you don't want to trade during any high impact news. If you do, in my opinion, this is crazy and probably gambling. And if you tell me that yeah, but you can do options, well, the thing with there's no options on Apex anyway, but the premium is already going to be there if, if you want to do some kind of volatility play with options. So anyway, so to me, I don't trade the options, uh, not the options, but I don't trade the news. Never. So what else? Okay, now for the strategies, um, you can see my YouTube. Um, I did the I do videos on my trading sessions. You can see my styles, basically support resistance, and then I'm using moving average to enter and support resistance to take my profit. Or sometimes it's just an amount. If I get around 700, between 700 and 800, I like to take the profit now. But I think you should just avoid any gurus, people that knows everything. They are usually the worst. Uh, so just look around and try to find people, uh, the traders that you like style wise. If you like their style, maybe you can take something, a piece of their strategy, and include it to you, to your strategy. Um, but it's not. It's really. It shouldn't be too difficult. You have to back test your strategy. And if you are nervous when you trade, then it means that you have too much size. So you see, for one for my account, no more than three contracts, and I usually go for 20, 30 ticks for the target, and I usually risk between 10 and 15 ticks for the risk. So hopefully I did cover everything. If there's something you disagree with me or something I should have covered, uh, leave it. Let me know in the comments. Thank you.